Thank you very much. This research was made by the Medical Imaging Department of the University of Algarve, and it's called Assessment of Musculoskeletal Ultrasound Pathologies by both radiographers and radiography students. Our main purpose was to evaluate radiographers' capacity and performance in the analysis of musculoskeletal ultrasound exams. Our specific objectives were to analyze and evaluate sensitivity, specificity, and accuracy. We also took into account the experience, if they had any complementary training, and also the response time. This is a quantitative and descriptive correlational study, and we obtained data with an online questionnaire in digital format, which allowed us to give direct answers by both radiographers and students. So, as the dependent variables, we have the sensitivity, the specificity, and the acuity and response time. The independent variables are both groups, radiographers and students, any supplementary training, and their work experience. Our online questionnaire was made using the ViewDEX software. This software allows us to use DICOM images and provides us immediate feedback. We chose 15 images with and without pathology, and subjects would then respond regarding morphological characteristics and the degree of certainty. They also were given a briefing about how the program worked to get acquainted with the interface. Regarding the statistics test we performed, we used SPSS for basically calculate specificity and the other parameters, Cronbach alpha for the questionnaire, which gave us quite a high value, and non-parametric tests such as the Kolmogorov-Smirnov. We used the Levine, Fisher, and the student t-test to calculate the response times. This is a table with the sample demographics. I will just bring attention to the age of radiographers. We can see that they're quite young, and the majority between 0 and 10 years of experience. Here are the sensitivity values. We had quite a few high values for some of the classes in professional experience, but also here when we analyzed by training, additional training and skills, quite a lot didn't have any additional training, and the results actually are sometimes better for those who didn't have any kind of training. Here we have the relation between the identification of pathologies and their subjects. These are some of the pathologies that we chose. You can see here that we have some cysts, some pathology regarding fractures, and the tendons. One of the highest correct answers is regarding the cysts. This may be related to the training that they have during their degree. Here we have the relationship between the identification of diseases and their professional experience. You can see here between 0 and 15 years, which also corresponds to the higher number of radiographers. The most correctly answered was the muscle tears, the fractures, and tendinosis. Here, the Fisher test for the values of the variables. As you can see here, we only had significance for one item, which is the muscle tear. So, in conclusion, as expected with our initial hypothesis, results are generally higher for radiographers and also higher for participants with less experience. Radiographers have some degree of knowledge qualifying them for the detection of these diseases in ultrasound, and we think this software can also be used as a training tool for both radiographers and students when they're going through their degrees. These are our references, and thank you very much for your attention.